Hello, hello, hello. Okay, one. Let's see, let's see. That's fine. How do I adjust this? Properties, that's fine. I need to see if this is being recorded. Oh, there you go. I'm live, it's been recorded. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to continue with this. Just one thing that yesterday or the last time, I did some adjustment to some specials. I added more. The last ones, that is the projectile in the air with different angles, and the ground radiation, which is the flying kick. So I've already explained how this works. So the kick is pretty much the same, but in the ground. But what I'm going to repeat is this projectile, because I added functionality that you can mash it and throw like 3 different projectiles. Yeah. Hi Yoshi. Could you please tell me if I'm streaming at YouTube or in YouTube, please? Because last time it seems it didn't get recorded. So I'm just explaining this again. Let me see. So basically what I did for that one, let me open this one again. Hideo. So what I did with the air projectile is pretty much the same as the grounded projectile, just as you can see here. I'm adding the state that is in the air. This projectile is smaller, of course. I'm using another projectile reference instead of being the Hadouken. It's using the, I don't remember the name, Ren Hadouken from Ryu. It's this one. I was asking that if you can check if I'm streaming in YouTube. I don't know if you know my YouTube channel. So as you can see, yeah, that's the same. It's different that the grounded one. So this also is quicker, or is yeah, it has this faster startup. I'm using different angles for each projectile. If you remember, I'm using spawn extra projectile to add different angles. Okay, thank you, Yoshi. Here is the C or Z angle that dictates, well, the position and where the projectile is going. And this seems pretty common, but the magic is here. So I added command combo. Oh, also Yoshi, I don't know if you're here, but if you can hear me again. But when I exported my param file, it did not add the, or it exported the files, but as you can see, it doesn't have the extensions. So there's no problem with that. I can just add extensions here. But yeah, it exported it like that. For example, that collision, it has no extension, so I'm going to just, add CLI. Okay, so what was I talking about? Okay, I'm going to open the command combo. So here I added more entries because, as you can see, I'm adding one for each projectile. Well, in fact, they are two for each button. So I can do it like 3 times. And I'm just going to explain it very quickly. So as you can see, it is enabled. There's no problem with that. I'm adding a window start from 15 to 30. This is because my projectile starts at frame 9. And then I'm just waiting. I'm just creating a small window so you can match the button. Here you have the anim char entry number. In this case is 208. So remember, you can search for it here. 208 should be D0. Remember, just if you're following this, you just have to remove 2 numbers from it, or do the subtraction of the numbers. But it will be easier if you just convert the hex value to decimal. That's it. 208 is the 0, and the 0 is my L projectile in the air. So that's fine. Then I'm just adding the input of what I want. In this case is L. And this is important. This small number, this unknown flag, is the one responsible for me to do the cancel on whiff. This will vary depending on the attack. But if you're using 7, this will help you to do that. And I'm going to 821. 821 is going to be D3. And as you can see, D3. Don't worry about ground AS because I think I did not disable that. But this is the other projectile, so that's fine. I don't remember what this does, but I'm going to leave it like that. And I did that for every projectile. Okay, that's very odd. Formats like those are supposed to have extensions automatically added to the file name when you save as. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let me try that again, just to see if it works. So, export param. Going to remove this. Oh, now it worked. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I now have it as expected. Okay, so then I'm just going to send this back. And what I'm going to do today, well, that's pretty much the explanation of this and how this works. So I'm pretty much done with specials. Of course, I'm going to update a lot of things, but these are the specials that I want for him. So the gameplay will be updated later. So now let's start with hypers. So if you remember, I added one. I don't want to just add another hyper beam like Shinku Hadouken. I mean, it seems like the logical route, but I just left it as the THC attack. If I do the input, you see that I'm not able to do that. But if I do the THC, you will see that it's already prepared for that. So I'm going to start with Shinsei Haken, which in the game is pretty much Shin Shoryuken. Sorry, not Shinsei Haken, Shin Jichoken. And I could just borrow everything from here. But since it's not going to be a level 3, and I don't want to get the cinematic for that, I'm going to give it some different properties. So for that, let's start with working with the animations. But I think I'm not sure that I have. Yeah, that should be this one, E1. Okay. Let's copy this. This is my hyper beam. I'm just going to set it up here. It should be the same, so it doesn't matter. Yes, as you can see, it's the same. So for that, I need, if I'm not wrong, I'm gonna make it start like quicker than the other one. So if you remember, we already talked about hypers. Commonly we require like 3 animations: the preparation, the middle one, and the after, or the action, the actual action for the attack. So in this case, I work with 100 something, right? Yes, 100. So I'm just going to keep working with that number. So then 103. But for that, let me just copy these two. It's going to be 103 Preshin Jichoken. And the next one is going to be 4 mid Shin Jichoken. Right. So if I don't want to add the invincibility, even if it's a DP attack, because later I'll be adding another one with invincibility. That will be the level 3. Maybe I'll add it later, but for now I think it's not required. So, but I want to make it start, to make it a very fast startup hyper. In this case, I'm looking for something from Ryu, if I'm not wrong. This 7. Where's the Tatsu one? Oh, sorry, this is Oni, what I'm looking for. Okay, let's make it like, I don't know, 6 frames startup, something like that, because I want it to be really fast. It's not going to have invincibility, but I'll make it a fast startup super. Okay, so for that, I need to search for my second, this will be my second animation, because I know that at this moment we have the super time stop, which is how as its name says, it will stop the game. So it will stop time the game, so this will be like, I don't know, 5, let's say. So let me just get something clear on this. I'll be removing 12. So if this will be 5, this will be 6, this will be minus 12 is 16, minus 12 is going to be 17, minus 12 is going to be 20, minus 12 is going to be 86, minus 12 is going to be 87, and that should be enough for now, because everything else is it just depends on the other process of my attack. So let's start with it. I'm going to save this. I need like a startup animation. Let me think, what can I use? Let's search for something from Robert. No, maybe Rio. I want something from Rio. Ryoko Rambo. No. I want the level 3. I don't remember. Koken. Ryoko Rambo. Okay, this seems fine. Seems like something I want. So I'm going to pick the action. And then I need more things here. This should be enough. Okay. Then I need to export it. Let's call it Shin Chicho. I'll need to wait for that. Yes, this is going to be my OTG. You're not going to be able to confirm it to other thing, just the super, but it'll be useful. I need to update the height restriction because I think it's too high. I cannot do the tiger knee. Okay, now we have it. I'm going to import, open Hideo. That's some spoiler. So I'm going to open this one. It should be this one, right? Okay. It's like a lot of frames. So for this, I'm just going to remove these frames. Remember, try not to mess with 255 unless you want your character to move. Okay, this seems fine. Just going to copy this and open my 103 pressing Chichoken. Okay, I need 6 frames if I'm not wrong, because it starts at 6. Let's just keep it at 7 to have one more frame. So I don't really need this. Let me just take my idle. Remember, try to keep your the first frame of your idle at the beginning of every move. I'm just going to copy this one. I'll remove this one. This will be a good reference. Let's start it from here. Come on, and let the interpolation do its magic. Because I'll be using these frames for the next animation. I'm just going to copy everything because I will need the position. This is fine. Let's keep it at 7. This will be 103. Yes. Now this may look too quick, but in the next one, this one is important because the middle animation of, I believe, almost or every hyper should be like 80 something frames. I should not delete everything. From the 7, I'm going to remove this one. Copy this. Keep this as it is. And here I'll be adding the preparation of my attack. So save it and export it to 104. Then let's start with the other one. I need to get into this. So let's use the first 3 or 4 frames. Then the attack is going to start here at the first frame of the after flash. So maybe 4 should be enough. Copy, Ctrl C. Gonna go back. Here I'll add them. Let me just copy this. Remove these values because I don't need them. Or maybe I need them. I might use this for some interpolation magic. Gonna save the position here. I don't know why this happens, but I'm gonna leave it like this. And just adjust. This may be too much. You can use these axes as reference for the floor. In this case, I don't mind the foot going below because it's super camera, so it won't matter. But try to keep your animations above this line. And yeah, that may be a bit too quick. Let's just patch this a little bit. Yeah, that's better. That will be 104. Let's wait for it. And let's start with the other ones. So that will be 104. This should be 105. I need to remove this. It's going to start from here. Yeah, let's just keep it like this. I just need those 2 frames. Sorry, 3 frames. So that will be 105. It's going to be post Shinji Joken and pre F let's call it pre DP 1. Okay. Then the next one is going to be 106. So it will be this one. Okay. I think I can just rename them. So let's copy this. It's going to be mid 106 post Shinji Joken mid P1. Then falling animation. Seven and the landing animation. Oops. There you go, 108. You'll see why I need so many animations. But for now, let's try that. Let me add them to my common. So no, I don't want this. So I start at 103, right? 103, then 104. Five, 106, 107, 108. There you go. Now what I need is to work with my process. So just to have a good reference of my DP, because I'm going to use pretty much the same things. Here I'm going to open another instance of my anim char. So let's use DP Lite. Okay, but first I need 103, right? Sorry. Okay, that's 67. Just to be sure, I'm going to check this last animation. Should be 106, 66, so I need 67 here. Then 68. Here will be 69. So this one was like 3 frames, right? Let me just open it again. Should be this one. Yes, 3 frames. So I'm not going to use this spawn projectile. I'm going to set up my next animation. Need to count from these 3 more frames. So that will be 89. Then the next one is 18. That will be 107. I'm not going to use this ground dose effect. 6A because it's hex. Now I need my falling animation. That's 8 frames. So that will be 6B. And let me just test that. Let me just test how it looks, because I need to add some DP stuff here. So I have, if I'm not wrong, I should have this disabled in my common special tag. That's it. I have it at, you can see here, for the reference in this case is DC, is this one. But instead of being that, I want it to be DP. So it's going to start at forward, then down, down, forward. I could just start writing this for the things that I need. But if I already have one, for example, I have it here, you can see it requires this forward, up. I have another one down, so is this it, right? Yeah. Going to be forward, right? Then I need this and down. Down is 8. Sorry, 8. And down forward, or forward down. Just do that. To button input, this is a good reference. It requires 1 meter, that's fine, and it's disabled. So I'm just going to enable it. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay. Yes, that's fine, because I have not added more. I'm just curious why this stays like that. $69. I did not change this, so this should be 6A, this should be 6B, and this should be 6C. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Okay, let's add the velocity and everything else related to dp. So for that, I need to check this one. I'm just going to start copying what I need. Remember, I need this here to say that I'm expecting another state, or the landing state, after doing something. I'm going to copy these two. This is fine. I don't want invisibility. Okay. Next one, I need to be in the air for... Sorry, I'm going to copy this here, because this is where I need it, in the first part of the DP. In here, I'll require the attack to be airborne. And remember, this is for specials. Hypers should be different. I have this one, and as you can see, it's at number 2. So that's what I need to modify. In this case, instead of 1, it's going to be 2, saying it's a hyper. I need to add the Y velocity. This Grandiose effect is what I need. Subtract their action. Use 40 pieces. Then I'm going to freeze, because my script because this is expecting for my character to land. And did I do the landing? Let me check. On the date. Yes, I did the landing. So for that, it should be on the next frame of the freeze script. So if this is at 15, 16, this seems fine. So I'm going to set this as a ground move. Remember, this is a grounded hyper. You can check it here. It's the same. It's using a 4 because it's projectile related, or it was projectile related. I'm just changing that. And I'm gonna copy the next animation and set up my X value to be 0 because I don't want my character to move when it lands. And from there, that's like 5 frames. I'm going to copy this. 16 should be 121. And here I'll start working with these animations. So, but instead of being the DPL, I'm going to work with DPH. Then I need 24 frames. No, 25 frames. So that will be 145, 146. And if I'm not wrong, sorry, I'll require my subtract air action. Let me just confirm that. Yes, because I want my character to land again. There you go. I don't need this. Then from that, that's like 23 more frames. So that will be 6, 9. Sorry, I need to freeze my script because it's when the character is going to fall. And from there, the next one should be the same as this one. No, this is the landing. So 170. And the animation I'm looking for is this one. No, it's the next one. This seems fine. Okay, the next values here are for the hyper or the game to recognize that the hyper is done. For example, this play effect on self is what plays when the hyper is done, is the effect of the screen tearing down like a comic book. If I'm not wrong, here I have it like that blue thing, that blue fire, like it's burning. I don't want that. However, I may want it for this. So if I'm not wrong, it's commonly 27. Let me check. this is 30. 30. Let me check if... Yeah, it's 27. So I'm just going to change that to 27. And everything else seems fine. I may not need this. So let's see how it looks. Hey, come on. Everything's fine. How about you? I thought you were, or you tried to test the new cloud from GP Rail, right? So let's see how it looks. Shoryuken. Yeah, that's kinda what I want. Let me just see what happens. Okay, this is wrong. Let me see. Six B. Let me check. Just 6B. 107. And 107. This is not what I want. On the 304, 105. 69. This should be 105. 6A. 6. I'm doing something very wrong here. 6A. 67. 68. 69. 6A. Then 6B. 6C. This seems fine. Maybe I did something wrong here. Let me see. 105 should be this. Okay, let me just check. 105 because 104 is working fine. $69. Okay. Then 3 more frames is 6A. 106 should be 6A. Let's see. Yes, that's okay. 106. Let me just check what I did. No. 108. What am I doing here? Airborne duration for landing. I don't need this. This is the issue. Here is where the tag should go. So let me copy that. Copy this. And this is 6A. This should be 6A. And here is where it's supposed to be falling. Falling should be 6B. I think I did something very wrong, but let me check. It was 107. 6B. And the landing should be 6C. That's okay. But what I did, okay. How many frames am I removing? 5 frames. Okay. No. 8 frames. So 21 minus 8 should be 13 minus 8, 38 minus 8 is going to be 161. This is the first script, so it is going to be 162 and everything else. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I forgot to add animation, of course. Or I deleted somehow. So this should be 6A. Let me just see. Because if I'm not wrong, I require first script until landing. Let's see what happens. Why is it ending? Let me see if I can just set. Could it be because of the I think I'm missing something here. Airborne duration upon landing. Yeah, let's see if I can just add it here. Yes, that's what I want. So I wanted to go one and then do the big one. Go there. So that will be one hit and then the big one. Cool. Hit and then all right, let's work with that. So now I need my hitbox at the beginning of this attack. So that will be around the first one, should be this. I'll be using the same hit spheres, so I'm just going to leave 2A, but I need more attacking for references. So let me search for Rios. Because if I'm not wrong, what happens if the level 3 misses? I think that it has like a multi-hit property. I'm not sure. Oh, there's no hit. There's no actual hit there. Oh, I didn't know that. So it's not like Street Fighter 4. I thought he was able to do something else if the attack misses, so that's good. But that's not what I want. What I want is... just let me shut this guy. Let me see. I could use 6 through 8. It's 34. Yeah, I know. Do you know how to remove that? I mean, I don't mind. Let's just leave it there, but I don't know how to do it through OBS or if there's any tool for that. So what I'm going to use is 34, 35, 36. Okay, so I would require to get into the Twitch, right? So let me see if I can do it. Oops. Okay, I silence it. Best viewers. So how do I actual copy reply? Yeah. I don't know how can I do it. Reply pin. I don't think that I can do it through here. Do I select this guy? Account created. Mod. Warn. Ban. Oh, cool. There you go. Okay, so I need the 34 is the DP. So let's open the tagging file. Ground 623H. Okay, let's export this one. What I don't know is 37 214 ATI. Oh, sorry, this is Ryu. What I need is from this guy. Okay, that's 30 then. 30, I think I worked with 31, 33. That's fine. 33. So then I need to work with 34. Yes, I have not worked with 34. So instead of that, I'm going to export this one. And at 34, I'm going to add this value. And here is going to start at frame 1. Active frames like 15, that's fine. But here is not spatial scaling, it's hyperscaling. Fix Histone, that's fine. Chip damage is fine. Damage scaling. Damage multiplier. Air juggle. Yes, just add like this. And also I require projectile reflection, scale damage, mashable. No hypermeter build. I need that. Because supers in Marble 3, they don't add meter build. Sorry, meter. They don't build meter. So that's on 24. Yes. And for this, I want to not move my character horizontally too much. I don't want my character to go that much upward. Let's just add 30 and see what happens. Let's add like a ton of hit stop. I want my screen to shake a bit. Let's add like 4 strength. And see what happens. So this is 34. Let's see. Hey Shogundo, what's up? I'm still on episode 1. Don't worry, that's how this thing goes. Remember, if you have any question, you can post, say it here, or you can post it directly in the video. I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, Shogundo. So let me see. That's fine, but maybe I need it to be a little more floaty. So yeah, I don't want the character to go that far away. So let's see. So for that, I'm just going to keep it at 0, like 10, I don't know. I'm going to reduce the velocity like to 9 and increase this like a lot. Well, not that much, but this should look floaty now. More floatier, I will say. Let me see. My time is telling me to start getting ready for bed, so have a good night. Thank you, Yoshi. Thank you for passing by. So let me see. Yeah, that's fine. I need it to be higher. Okay, so let's keep it again at 55. And I'm going to also add soft knockdown instead of force reset. Soft knockdown. Okay, we're almost there. Let's add more floatiness to this, like 70. And a bit more velocity. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, that is fine. Because if I hit my character like there, yes, that's what I want. Okay, that worked. So what I'm going to do is to duplicate that for the next part. It was 34, right? So I'm going to work with 35. And these are going, let's add like 25 frames. Because I'm going to add multi-hit for that one. And instead of hits of 14, I can just keep it like that. I'll remove the screen shake. And since it's going to be multi-hit, maybe I don't require that much height. A bit more, pushing the character forward, like 50, maybe too much, but we'll see. And let's add like, I don't know, 500, because I want that to be mashable. Mashable, here it is. Okay, that's fine. Let's see how it looks. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to start it at the next Shoryuken animation. So that will be this one. Yes, that should be this one. 35. And this, instead of being like that, I'm going to add more X velocity. So let's add like, I don't know, 15. Let's see what happens. Oh, I forgot to add a multi-hit. So for that, you need to work with these values. The multi-hit, I don't know, let's add like 4 hits. The multi-hit frequency will be like 3 frames, hit first 3 frames, and I think that should be enough. If not, I'll have to check out for other characters that have multi-hit. Okay, so there goes. There you go. So that's okay. Let's see the damage. 305 if I mash it. Let's see how it looks from that far. Okay, that's one. That may be too much. So it was 5 before. Let's make it 7 or 8. Let me check. X physics, that would be 8. And I may need to be more floaty. So 40. Let's see. More floaty air. Yeah, that seems fine. Let me just check here. 1, 2. It goes too far forward. I don't want that. So instead of 8, let's just keep it at 6 and see what happens. I don't know what am I doing wrong. But this one has 3. Let's just add like 5 or 4. Just add 5. And these ones should be 6. Okay. Let's see. And let's see if I can add one more hit. Will that super be invincible? I don't want that. I don't want it to be invincible. But it's like 5 frames startup and instant after flash. It may look weird for a DP super, but I don't think he needs it for now. But if it requires that to be invincible, I'll add it. So that's fine. That's better. So yeah, it seems that I just have enough frames for it to be 4 hits. So what I can do is to add 5 more frames. So let's see. Shin Jijoken. There you go. Now it's six hits. 1 from the first Shoryuken DP, and then 5. Yes, there you go. As you can see, it's pretty much instant. It's not invincible, but I think that should be enough. Okay, that looks fine. Let's smash it. Let me see. $340 if I mash it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, but the problem now is that when he actually lands, there's like a ton of recovery. So what I need to do first of all is to check how many frames do I have when the character lands. So my animation is the 19, so that's a hex value. I need to convert that. That's 25. In here, 25. I have 20 frames, 24 frames of space. So 62 plus 24 should be 86. 186. So 186. 186 and 85. So I'm going to send this because it's the last thing in the landing frame. So 62, 163. Oops, 163. Oh, what's happening? I wonder if he can convert of that if he X factor off from the last couple hits. That's a good question. Yeah, you should be able to do it. Yes, you can do it. That's a cool thing. Because I'm going to add a hyper in the air. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so where was I? So my last frame is going to be 86. So I need to move everything that I had here. Let me just remove this facial one. This allow action is fine. This is only for the DHC. So that seems fine. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, there you go. I can now land and move again. So you'll be able to do something like this. Should I just do the other one? Okay, I don't have enough frames for that. Ah. Okay. So, well, we have our first super done. Hyper, however you want to call it. Correct, that works. Hola, me gusta mucho contenido. Desgraciado. Estoy grabando unos trucos. No me fastidies. So there you go. We have our fierce hyper. What time is it? Okay. Ah, that's fine. Okay, for the next one, it's going to be a little more complicated. I'll require something like hit grabs because I want to do this in the air and confirm it to an animation. I don't know if I could do it without animation, but I'll check out next time. Yeah, I need to update the gameplay of most things here. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. I'm going to work on the next hyper next time, maybe tomorrow. Okay, that should be enough for today. Thank you very much. See you next one.